How's it going, guys? Welcome to K6 Outdoors. My name's Kyle. Today I wanted to give you guys a quick 2-year update on this tractor. I'm going to be bluntly honest with you. It kind of snuck up on me, and I wanted to give you guys my feedback from the previous last year of use, I guess. I'll put a link above to the video I did last January, February, that time frame, when it was my first full year of ownership and some of the issues I've had along the way. I wanted to take the time to make this quick video because some of you guys might find this informative as you're looking along to buy some tractors, and specifically the Mahindra Max 26 XLT. This has been a great compact tractor for me, and I definitely think it's something you should consider if you're in the market for a smaller frame tractor that has a decent amount of horsepower, can lift quite a bit of weight, and really it kind of outclasses itself when it comes to what it can get done for its size. Kind of show you guys what's gone wrong in the last year, maybe minor or large things. Spoiler alert here, there hasn't been anything major go wrong. So a couple small things, a couple things to look out for as you're kind of getting used to a new tractor and ownership. Also in this video, we're gonna talk about whether or not I still recommend this tractor. Would I still buy this 26 horsepower, well, 25.9 horsepower Mahindra tractor, or would I go a different route? I'll give you guys my honest feedback, and we'll cover that once we get through all the small issues we had. Just after 2 years of ownership, 142.7 hours. This is where we are at. 2 years into ownership. I don't know if that's a lot of hours. It's 70 hours a year. I think that's probably pretty reasonable for a normal homeowner. If you're using it for business or have a larger acreage, obviously you're going to have more hours on it. But for me, 70 hours a year, that's more hours than I put in my lawnmower. I mow an acre and a half with it. So I think it's probably fair to get a fair assessment on this thing now that I've ran those hours on it. And I mean, again, I haven't been super nice to it. It's had a lot of loader work through it. I haven't had any issues with the loader. Well, let's go ahead and take a deeper dive and look at a couple of the malfunctioning pieces here on the tractor. Well, first off, over here behind me, one of the first things that kind of happened this year is I was having some leaky fittings over here. I'd be running the tractor, and next thing you know, I saw hydraulic fluid leaking up, spraying in the air. When you see hydraulic fluid leaking or spraying, something's not right. If you take a look down here, these you can see these bolt heads. We'll both basically snug up these fittings to the block here, and the head came loose and was rotating. So something to pay attention to and take a look at is put a wrench on those and make sure those are staying tight. If not, they could let loose and then start spraying hydraulic fluid out. And to be completely fair, tractors do shake a lot, especially these little 3-cylinder guys. Which is going to lead me to my next point of things you need to watch out for. Down here on the tractor, take a look at the lugs. Mine have been loose a couple times. Again, not an issue, but take a look at those. Something else that could be an issue but hasn't been yet are these bolts on the frame down here. I've been checking them and retorquing them every time that I'm supposed to. If you look at the manual, it gives you your durations on when you should check this stuff. But every time I've tried to tighten the bolts, they've been a little loose. So keep an eye on the bolts. You don't want to, I've seen a couple of times where these bolts have backed out. People weren't paying attention, they actually sheared them off. That's a bad thing, you don't want to do that. So keep an eye on the bolts. The next small issue I had was I was having hydraulic fluid leaking down and dripping out on the floor right here below this joint, where your power beyond port comes out and comes up to your loader valve. So I thought it was leaking right here, which ended up being it was coming clear down this hose from up here. And right here, if you guys can see, behind this block on top, I had a bad O-ring. I'll put a link above to that video on how I replaced that O-ring. Again, these hydraulic systems are pretty simple once you break it down. And really all I had to do was replace an O-ring behind that compression fitting, and I had no more issues with that. I haven't had a leak since. So these little rubber O-rings can go bad. So I'll put some stuff down here in the description below of some of the pieces I've used to repair this. Specifically an O-ring kit that I bought from Harbor Freight or something very similar on Amazon. I'll put links to those below, but keep in mind the Amazon affiliate links are something I'm getting a little commission off of. And it's a good way to support the channel, but again, it's no expense to you as viewers because it's something Amazon pays out to me for getting you guys there and clicking the link. So check it out. I've got all sorts of things down below here that I've used to repair this tractor and repair or do routine maintenance on, whatever you want to call it, down below if you're interested. In the last video, really the biggest, I guess, thing that was bothersome that ended up getting fixed was the loader just couldn't lift what it wanted to. There wasn't enough lift. Something wasn't right. Come to find out, the old pressure relief valve down here in this section was low, And if you guys want to see how I adjusted that or how you can adjust it, there's a video in my channel here about will it lift, why won't it lift, I believe that's what it's called. The hydraulic pressure issue you could be experiencing with your tractor, well, this one specifically. I should also mention this is also a very fuel efficient tractor. This little 3-cylinder diesel in this bad boy does just basically sip on fuel. I really don't have to refill it all that often, which is a little surprising to me. I thought it'd be a little bit more of a diesel hog than it is, but get the old off-road farm diesel in this bad boy, save a little bit of money. Like I was just saying, it was a relatively uneventful year when it came to mechanical failures on the tractor. A couple small hydraulic leaks and some general preventive maintenance with some greasing, oil changing, and filter changes. It's really been pretty uneventful, which in my eyes is the best thing, because sometimes an uneventful year is a better year. So to answer the question, would I still buy this tractor? Would I, I've heard some grief about Mahindra. I mean, all tractor brands have problems, right? Bang for your buck, and I think still in my opinion, Mahindra is one of the best choices you can make. That being said, I would still buy this same tractor. This Mahindra Max has been great for me. Again, keep in mind, this is the XLT trim. They have changed something in 2021, and maybe late 2020. They did start putting a USA-made loader on these things, made down there in old Kansas. So anyways, long story short, this tractor's been great. I haven't had any mechanical issues at all. Changed oil here just before winter. We'll be doing some other preventive maintenance items, routine maintenance. We need to change out the coolant in this thing. I recommend do it yearly, and I haven't done it yet. And just do some other checks on this thing. But so far it's been a great tractor for me, and I have no complaints about how it's performed. If you guys are still in the market for a compact tractor around the 26 horsepower range that has quite a bit of lifting capacity, you can put a 5-foot tiller behind this thing with no problem. So aside from the small hydraulic leaks I've had this year, again, if you want to look at the video above that I posted up here earlier about my first year of ownership, the other really big issues I had were some tire problems, which were not Mahindra's fault. I also had a rear leak on the rear differential, which was taken care of by the dealer, and I haven't had any problems with it since. And that's really a majority of the big stuff. I did have an issue with the loader not clicking into the float function, which has been resolved as well. But otherwise, I'm not going to complain. A couple hydraulic leaks here or there is going to happen on anything. Just a matter of time for that happens, you blow a hose. If you guys like videos like this or content about tractors, outdoor projects, or any of that fun stuff, I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button if you already haven't. If you hit that little bell next to it and make it turn gray, I'll give you notifications when I post more videos like this. And of course, if you guys like the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you don't like it, the dislike's fine too, but give me some feedback on what I can do to improve this stuff. Because my goal on this channel is to kind of learn some of this stuff the hard way, or find out some of this information the hard way, so you guys can make educated decisions yourself if you're out looking to buy something for yourself, business, whatever it may be. Check out some more tractor videos coming here soon. And we're actually going to start doing some inside work as well. We're going to be doing a little bit of remodeling in the basement of our house. Actually, not remodeling. Adding some bedrooms to an unfinished part of the basement. So we've got all sorts of stuff coming, outdoor, indoor related. I know it says K6 outdoors, but when it's so cold outside that you can't be outdoors, we're gonna do some stuff indoors. And I'm gonna work on it. Whether or not you guys wanna follow along, that's up to you. But I find sharing information in general will help anybody out along the way. So thanks for stopping in, checking out this short video about the Mahindra Max XLT, the 26 horsepower tractor. That's been a workhorse for me, and I think you guys would be pleased yourself if you looked at one. Bang for your buck, it's been great. Thanks again. My name's Kyle. I'll catch you in the next one. We'll see ya.